Good afternoon. I hereby call this agenda review meeting of Nacogdoches ISD Board of Trustees to order. Let the record show that a quorum is present and notice of this meeting was posted as required by Texas Open Meeting Act. All board members, with exception of Reverend Pitcock, I believe she will be in attendance soon. Today, all items on the agenda is for discussions only. No voting will take place at this meeting. Thank you for joining us, and ask to turn your cell phones to the silent mode, please. This time we go to the public comments, and we have not received any requests. However, those who are interested to address the board, the instructions on how to sign up are included on a meeting notice. Quickly, at this time, we move to consent agenda. This portion of meeting, we will discuss items on the consent agenda. No action will take place on these items. Starting with the board meeting minutes. Board members, are there any questions concerning board meeting minutes? Okay. If not, we move to business office report. Mr. Ben Eberlein, Chief Financial Officer.
Yes, sir. President Nirman, Board of Trustees, Superintendent Trujillo. We'll start off with the budget amendments. We only have, I think, 3 today. One is going to be to transfer funds per campus request from their staff development to a data processing service. And then we're going to go to B, pool funds from fund balance for frontline. That's the purchase that you all approved. I just want to make sure that that's reflected in the budget so that when you see it, it's allocated where it's supposed to be. And C, budget insurance proceeds to pay for vehicle repairs. I'll take any questions on those amendments if you have any.
Board, any question? If not, we move to donation under $2,500.
Yes, sir. So our donation list for this month at Reggae received cookies and muffins for faculty and staff from the Daughters of the American Revolution. They received $1,500 from Nacogdoches Rotary Club to purchase books for the book vending machine. 4 gallons of coffee for faculty and staff from HTO. And Fredonia Early Childhood Center received candy from Fredonia Hill Baptist Church for the trunk or treat, which, for the record, was absolutely fantastic. They had the best candy. We're talking full-size Reese cups for pre-Kers, and they got the good candy. So
Did those come from the dentist?
I don't know. Not dentist approved, but Ben approved for sure.
Okay, thank you. We move to investment report.
Yeah, this is just going to be the investment report we receive every month. I'm willing to answer any questions that you have, though.
Board, any questions? Okay, we're moving on to miscellaneous business office report.
Yes, sir. These are just going to be the regular business office reports. We got our bank recs and the summary revenue and expenditures for all funds, summary expenditure status report for the general fund, check register by date and vendor. Those may look a little different than you're used to, all the same information, but our Cognos reporting thing was down for those, but just throwing that out there. And the tax collection report, I don't believe that's in there, but if it's available, we'll present it.
Okay, I have item C. I guess it's repeated. It says donation over $2,500.
Yes, sir. Let me get to it on here so I can see what y'all.
3C.
So we received, our athletics received a contract or agreement with VSN Sports and affiliates, so Varsity Brands, VSN Sport, Varsity Spirit, for identity branding, a facility branding enhancer, and a nice golf cart that is customized with the Nacogdoches ISD branding and colors.
Is there any string attached to that, or is just it?
strings as in, it's just basically an agreement that for certain products, so athletic supplies, cheer supply, or it's really, that was kind of the thing. We made sure that it was strictly athletic supplies.
Right.
And that it only had to do with athletics. But basically us agreeing that, hey, if, we buy from them anyway, but if we want to buy any athletic supplies, that we would consider them first before extending out into other avenues of purchase. But there is a stipulation that if we can find it for a better price elsewhere or any other reason, then we can definitely purchase outside of just them.
We are not obligation to buy an exact brand that they furnish us, or we can request different brands?
As to the specifics there, I don't know, but...
I can answer that.
Well, hold on, I can answer that question, because I've dealt with them specifically. The items that we have are not binding at all. They're not product-specific from any item that they have. It's not also a sole source item at all. We do business with them already, and so it's just a good faith relationship with them to kind of say, hey, you're buying from us already, so here's some things that we want to provide you because you've been working with us. But they're not a sole source vendor. It's only athletics. Has nothing to do with fine arts. Matter of fact, our fine arts director, who happens to be in the room, is also trying to see if he can visit with this entity to see how we can service our fine arts department as well. So, pardon me for the interruption, but I think I will know a little bit more about it than
Well, I
Mr.
know
Roman.
something about the company.
Yeah.
So there's 100,000 schools, high schools and universities that purchase from this, and it started with a guy doing something in his garage. So it's a big company. They carry Under Armour, Nike, and name a brand, Rawlings, whatever. They have it all.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they're not just depending on us. What they're trying to do is there going to be like a sticker or something that says that their name on that cart?
For instance, like the media or facility branding or identity branding, they'll have our logo. It's like a backdrop, for pictures, and like you see during the football games that they're doing interviews, they'll have our branding, so Nacogdoches logo, and then BSN logo or Varsity Brands logo.
Cautionary note, we don't want to dig too much into who they are and who they are not, because all we're looking at is a contract agreement that we have with them. That's it. So I caution the board to dig any deeper as to speaking about who they are, their reputation, and what they are as a business, because we are not in that aspect of it. We purchase specific items from them, and this is all that we're asking. We've had conversations with our attorney, has reviewed the agreement completely in its entirety, redlined it, and actually submitted it. We've also included conversations with our athletic director, with our finance director. We've brought in our fine arts director. We brought in all of our directors to make sure that we're not circumventing a process outside of athletics. So the other thing is that this donation of this cart would be utilized also with our police department at any events that we do have. So if we have a track meet, we have a soccer game, we have football games, they're using it. Matter of fact, we had to tell them to park it, not use it till the board sees it, but that was our cheerleader sponsor was using it, and we let the batteries die on it until the board was able to receive it and say this is an item that we would receive. So that's basically what it comes up to. So I just want to caution us to not speak any more about the company, because we, unless we have it in print in front of us, we would just be, we're not trying to sell the company to nobody, so.
I
The only
think
thing I want to
to
ask is it a written agreement or just a verbal agreement about our purchases from them?
It's a written agreement.
It's a written agreement.
Written agreement, yeah.
My curiosity would be, not for us the company, but I think Dr. Groman mentioned how many schools?
100,000.
100,000. How many other schools other than us receive the golf court? That's what I would be interested in. If
My
we're
only
the only ones.
question already I think you've answered. They don't sell a specific brand. If I choose Adidas or I choose Nike, another multi-different, they can furnish those. Am I?
But if they can't furnish it, you're not bound to them to purchase it from them. And they're not going to go out of the way to go find product for us.
I
They're just
understand.
selling their product.
Under their umbrella, we can buy different brands.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Any brands in or out of what they sell. Yes, sir.
And I just want to clarify, this is a company we've worked with for a while.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's been,
So this is just like a bonus thing they've brought before us, and no change in our dealings with them?
None.
Yeah, okay.
Just a donation.
no, it's just the donation that they're
Okay.
providing us, so.
Next is item D, purchase over 50,000. Mr. Malcolm.
Good afternoon, President Normand, members of the board, Dr. Trujillo. The administration is proposing to purchase 200 Chromebook laptops to support and enhance student educational experiences. The purchase aims to ensure that all students have the necessary technology to fully participate in classroom activities and assignments. The purchase of the Chromebooks is $59,800, and that money is scheduled to be taken out of the instructional materials allotment and technology allotment fund. Be happy to answer any questions the board may have.
Yeah,
Didn't we just buy Chromebooks?
well, I was going to
Yes,
ask, is this
yes.
replacing some that are getting old, or do we have new, surely we don't have 200 new students, so we're kind of,
No.
are we?
We are actually filling up our Chromebook purchases
Yeah.
from, actually catching up from last year.
Yeah,
We've had several that needed repaired, and these will mainly go at the high school and the middle school in carts. The high school, actually, we do issue one-to-one student devices there, but all of our other campuses, they are housed in carts, and we have seen a significant decrease in the need for repairs, and so we believe that once we get this group of Chromebooks, we'll be in very good shape moving forward.
until next year.
Until next year.
Just curiosity, if there's a bad Chromebook rejected, how we collect those?
Yes, sir.
Or just,
Yes, sir, we do collect them, and where it's possible, we have them repaired, and then when it's not possible, we just retire them to service and purchase another.
so there is a good inventory for it?
Yes, sir, absolutely.
Okay, any questions for us? Next, federally funded vendors, Assistant Superintendents, Dr. Hill and Ms. Welch.
Thank you, President Normand, Board of Trustees, Superintendent Trujillo. I would like for Dr. Corley, our Executive Director of Curriculum and Instruction, to address this item, please.
Good afternoon, President, Board of Trustees, and Superintendent. We're seeking board approval this afternoon for federally funded vendors for professional development, consulting, and contracting. The attached list is an update from the September approval with the addition of 2 new vendors. That includes Impact Teaching, Training, and Leadership Development, and Salmonson Counseling Associates.
Okay, board have any question? Thank you, ma'am. Now we have discussion. There was no actions to be taken as a result of executive closed session. We have a consideration of annual district audit for fiscal year 2023-2024. Mr. Eberlein.
Yes, the fun stuff. So, just some good news to start off. We got an unmodified opinion from our auditors for the 23-24 fiscal year audit, so that is very good. Mr. Robert Belt will be here on Thursday to present the audit to you all. He's, I believe, the managing partner there at the firm. Belt and Harris was our previous auditors, and they were acquired by Crowe, who audited us this year. So Mr. Belt will be a welcome addition to Crowe. I know he was. His team was wonderful to work with. I'll just go through a couple of highlights, if you would like, of the audit, kind of touch base, and like I said, he'll do a deep dive and answer any of your questions as far as the audit goes on Thursday night. But just a quick reference on page 107 and 108, or 107, just kind of give you a little insight. The fund balance for the 23-24 school year for the general fund increased by 1.2 million. For the debt service, increased right around 866,000. So just a little highlight there. But if you have any questions about the audit, I'd be happy to answer.
I don't have a question about the audit, but when we're looking at this online, I don't have the page number you're talking about. It's like the actual page of the audit.
Shouldn't be, it should be, is it not on the left? I'm looking on the left-hand side right there. Let me find the
I
actual.
mean, I don't have the hard copy.
I see, okay. It's
85.
Sorry. Me and Ms. Holly talked about this the other day, and having printed documents for you all to see, that way we can reference the same pages and not having to,
Yeah.
my page 85 is your page 82. So we'll work on getting that for you for the Thursday. If they don't have printed ones, we will have printed ones for you that we can reference those page numbers accurately.
Any question? Okay, board members, you have in front of you a copy of a result of the October 1st of the board workshop for from Region 7. It said consideration of revisions to the board operating procedures manual. This is for your copy to read, and we'll discuss that in the Thursday's executive closed session. Okay?
There's a chart on page, just a minute, I can't read it. 68 and 69, it's this chart colored, and I don't know all these abbreviations, there's 2 letters. So I was hoping that I could have that annotated for us so that we can look at those annotations and know what all those stand for. Not only that, but it would be included for anybody who's going to come back.
Dr. Groman, he's talking about this document only.
Okay.
This is there for you to review. It will be discussed during executive session on Friday. That, if you'll visit with me, I can get more details on that. But what Coach, our president's talking about is a document that's before you, that's a loose leaf.
But that's in our board
Yes,
operating.
so I'll
And
find
we-
out from him and get
I
some
would
answers for
appreciate a
that,
legend
yeah.
too, because
Yeah.
I just feel like they've added a bunch since
yeah.
back in the day.
And I can get that for you. I just want to make sure that you're aware of what Rashid is talking about, that document.
Okay. Okay, with that, the board will now conduct executive closed session to discuss items posted on our agenda pursuant to the following provisions of Texas Open Meeting Act and as allowed by Texas Government Code Sections 551.071, 551.072, 551.074, 551.076, 551.129. No voting will take place in the closed session meeting. Any action the board wishes to take as the result of discussions in closed session will take place after the board reconvenes into open session, and time right now is 12:19 p.m. What time we should come back earlier?
Should be back here.
Let me show you what I'm talking about.
We should be back by 1 o'clock.
When I open up the budget.
We're going to discuss this in a minute.
Okay, board now reconvening into open session. Are there any announcement or request? If there is not, I seek a motion.
I move that we adjourn.
I second.
All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. We adjourn.